You muted.
Oh shit. Who,
Oh,
me?
okay. Yeah, we couldn't hear nothing.
Oh, y'all couldn't hear the screams of the crowd?
Mm-mm.
Damn. See, that's why I don't be liking StreamYard. They be on some fugazi type stuff.
Every
I
time.
like Ray
Every
J.
time. Anyway, y'all, what's going on, everybody? It's the Old Ladies First podcast. We're back.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
Okay, we have a
Ladies.
new YouTube channel. Okay, we have the Ooh Ladies First podcast YouTube channel where we will be posting our lives as well as on our individual channels, just like we normally do every week. Everybody was asking, it'll be on OLFP YouTube, and it'll be on our individual YouTubes. So just make sure you're following. But if you want the clips and like the little cut up stuff, go ahead and make sure you following Ooh Ladies First Podcast YouTube channel, okay? Just so we can all be in one place for y'all. So y'all don't have to go looking for us all the time. We was just trying to bring it together, consolidation.
Yeah.
Okay, how y'all doing?
I'm doing good. What's today? Thursday?
Girl, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Friday earlier. I don't know what's been going on.
I kept thinking it was Tuesday.
I'm still waiting for Lyric to bring me a coffee because I went to sleep at like 5:30 thinking I would, I didn't get up till right before the show. It was like 8 and I'm like, "Oh shit, let me get up."
Mm.
Hold up, let me
Yeah,
screen
I'm a
that.
little under the weather. My energy, like I want to be there. I'm just excited to talk to y'all. But you can hear my voices.
You look great, but I could tell you
Girl.
maybe have a little cold.
Yeah,
Yes.
y'all should have seen me maybe 2 hours ago. I don't look like what I've been through. Y'all should 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago, I was looking like, damn, I never saw somebody said, what's the name? Somebody from Little Rascals. What the fuck? Whatever.
Darla?
No, it's somebody who looks a mess. I was looking disheveled. I'll tell y'all what was it. I can't remember, but I was looking disheveled. But thank you. I threw them clip ins in.
I know
Okay.
that's right. Come on, clip ins.
Listen. Okay, pop the lashes on, bitch. We ready. Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
So we're not gonna be here long, y'all. We just want to let you guys
Buckwheat.
know.
Thank you. Buckwheat.
After not buckwheat. After this show, we will take another break. And so we won't be back for the month of September. So that's why we wanted to, make sure we got the end of Real Housewives to y'all, the end of Married at First Sight. And we gonna be going for a minute, and then we'll be back with a jump off, okay? But to start off the show, I do want to get into the fact that Brandy's daughter, Serayah Smith, reveals that she wants to join Baddies. Let's take a listen.
When's the last time that you've been nervous about meeting somebody? Like,
in which way?
like a celebrity, because you have access. I'm sure you're around a lot. So since you were young, you've met so many people. But who have you been like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous?
Well, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I swear, my mom was at my uncle's fight, and she put me on the phone with Natalie Nunn, and I started freaking. I love Natalie.
Well, first of all, your uncle's fight. Let's just talk about that for a second.
One thing at a time.
I was like, Richie loses his fight. I don't know. He's not allowed to hear anymore.
Oh gosh,
I'm glad he won. Back to this Natalie Nunn. So
shout out to Natalie Nunn because she's in town right now.
I know she can hand up. I like I'm just doing what I want.
Yeah, me too. I like that song.
I want her to pop out and perform. Like, what are we doing?
I love
that.
Gosh.
I was so mad. I was at Coachella, but I was at somebody else's stage when she was on it. I didn't know she was doing Coachella. I was so upset, but yeah, definitely love her. I was so nervous to speak to her. And she called me a baddie.
That's so random.
She was like, baddie. I was like, yes.
Like, where's my chain? Where's my chain?
Now, you have been on television, a docuseries. Would you ever want to do reality TV? If it was
yes.
Okay.
She loves Natalie Nunn.
I wouldn't do baddies. I feel like I'm going to get my ass whipped. But
no, there's a no-touch clause.
God, can you fight?
No. I would get sued. I would be in freaking jail. Oh my God, no, I cannot fight. Never have.
Maybe you could be a guest judge on Baddies.
I would do the audition.
Yeah. I want you to take some boxing classes or something because you never do. Listen, one
that
thing
I would do.
Yeah.
I would do
I want you to fight.
Self-defense.
Not to fight, but I want you to know how.
Yeah. No, definitely listen, I'm never alone, okay?
Yeah.
Never alone.
Yeah.
But no, I mean I would do like a a match like how my uncle did it. I would like train and like actually
You would
like
do it. I didn't even get it. I just want you to know how in case.
She just wants you to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
do
no,
it,
no,
not
I
do a
know.
fight, but okay.
But like I would if they like were like train up. I mean I was an athlete. Yeah.
What did you play?
I played tennis for a really long time. And
I
I was
saw
always
your
saw
video
that.
playing
But your
tennis,
mom
yeah.
plays tennis, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I played tennis most of my life. So yeah,
You
I
got
mean,
stamina.
I got
She could stay in the
stamina.
ring for a little bit.
I think so.
Okay.
I think if I trained hard enough.
Just don't have Ray J training.
I don't
won. He
think-
He won this time. Yeah, he did
Yeah,
win
but
this time.
they look like buffoons in there.
But back to reality show. You would do a reality show. What like an ensemble or something? Just you. What would be ideal right now?
Yeah, I mean, like, one of my friend Italy, she, she did growing up hip hop, like, you know what I mean. So she was on there for a really long time, and
That was
I
a good show, Growing Up Hip Hop.
yeah. And then I was a guesting when they like brought it back for a second, but I was just like a guest. I was like, oh, this is fun. You know, we're all sitting around on the table talking.
Like, this is fun.
Plus, I love being a little messy, so you know, I would be the stirrer.
Yeah.
When's the last time that you've been?
Okay. Yeah, no, we are old because I'm appalled.
First of all, I just love how she talks. That's the first thing I want to say. I love how she talks. Number two, I am going to blame everything on Ray J. I feel like you introduced her to this world for some reason. I have to slightly, this sound bad, but I have to give a shout out to Natalie a little bit she's the only person that I could think of in this moment that's been able to maintain some type of relevancy since we were younger watching Bad Girls Club up until the new age, even though it's not all positive, you know what I'm saying? She's been able to maintain a relevancy of it all. But yeah, I blame Ray J. And I would hate to see you on that show. Well, first of all, I don't watch it. So
Yeah.
I guess a lot of kids her age are so tuned into it. So maybe that's why she's like, oh yeah, I want to do it. But you probably would be carrying, you know, I ain't gonna say you would be carrying anybody's bags, but you would just be there to be there. I don't think you would really be a part of the cast. Like that would be crazy if you was on the show getting in the fights and do you know who your mama is? Why would you want to do that? I blame Ray J.
I guess she like, you know, my mama got to associate with her brother, so baddies can't be that bad. That's probably what she thinking.
I'm on the floor.
But I think, I mean, I agree with you. I think she probably assumes she gonna be on the show and not really be intertwined in the drama. I don't really watch baddies either. I never watched a single episode, but in my mind, I'm assuming it's similar to like a Jocelyn's Cabaret, like that type of shit. Yeah, I could never. But you know,
I mean,
the girls
all
like to do the ratchet shit sometimes.
They do. All I see is clips of people fighting and
Right.
bonnets and with in underwear and pajamas and shit, all just standing around waiting to have fights.
Is
That's
that
all I see.
how Lemuel found his baby mama?
Yes,
I
Okay.
think so, yeah.
Scotty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I feel like let me just be the old lady, under the tree right quick and say that I am disgusted and appalled. Natalie is a pimp in my mind, the way it looks like to me. It's very exploitive, all them girls and the shit that be going on with them girls. Also I feel like, that whole little situation over there, that whole little corporation, that group, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Yeah, I don't trust them people as far as you can throw them, because to me, they, especially with Ray J, people be acting like they just clowning and shit, but the stuff look very like in real life, y'all doing some fucked up shit that we gonna hear about in some later years in there. Like the Adrian Bronner stuff, the long ass live streams. Ray J always ain't got no clothes on, acting high around somebody's, 20-something-year-old son, hugging on him and shit. Stuff be
Yeah.
looking real weird around there. And so the fact that she's like, oh my God, I love baddies. I would love to go over there. It's like, girl, do you know what them people would do to you? That's
I
in my
gotta-
mind.
I don't
I'm
think she
like,
do.
She don't. And
I
that's
got
crazy.
a real
I think
quick question
it's
though.
glamorized through Ray J.
Did y'all used to watch Bad Girls Club, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I
Y'all
remember.
never wanted to be on there?
Absolutely not.
Never.
I did.
I
But keep in mind, I also
Okay.
was much younger than y'all when I was watching the show.
Yes.
I
That-
wanted to be on Bad Girls Club so bad.
No, by the time we started reviewing that shit and like watching it, it was like, yeah, no, absolutely not. I don't want to ever be. First of all, I had already been to college. Like that, I don't want to be in no house with a bunch of bitches. Yeah, I feel like I was in college during maybe not the very beginning, but like when I started reviewing
I'm
it.
remembering the
Yeah.
season with like the Tierra, keep it cute
Oh,
or put it on mute. And then that
Mhm.
one, what's the light skinned girl with the really hoarse voice? I really used to like her. I can't remember her name.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it started out like it kind of gave like, I guess, like troubled girls or whatever. They were supposed to come into a house, and then when they come out the house, they were supposed to be like changed or evolved. Or it was supposed to be this positive thing, but the girls kept getting into conflict, and so they saw a way for them to monetize off of it. And from watching it, from how it started to what it grew into, I used to be, I could never do this show, and it used to be so cringe to watch some ladies put themselves in this type of environment, knowing they're not a fighter, knowing they don't want to. I'll never forget when Dream Doll kicked that girl in her back. She literally did like a karate. I think she kicked the girl in her back. She did like a karate kick. I was like, this bitch is crazy.
I think
like,
the last season I watched was with them twins, the twins that was built.
the Claremont.
No, the light skinned twins.
Oh,
Y'all don't remember them?
No, I was off of it by then.
Did y'all ever see the season? I have a doppelganger
yes.
that was on that show.
They were mixed.
Allegedly. Do y'all remember Elise from Bad Girls Club?
Oh,
Y'all right. Elise.
Gotta see.
Yeah, we looked very well. I say looked because she got plastic surgery now, but I feel like we look alike.
I got an image in my head, but I don't know if that's her.
Victor twins, yeah, those are the girls. Mm-hmm.
I started with the show. Like this, the first season, I was watching it. Like I remember, when Tanisha was on there banging the pans and shit.
Yeah,
and, my homegirl who was I'm solo dolo. Okay, I don't need nobody to be with me. But a lot of them girls, it looked like that back then, but we wasn't really clear. A lot of them girls was on drugs. A lot of them girls was on meth,
for
all
sure.
type of shit. It was much realer at the beginning. Like it was really people who was going through a hard time. But I remember I clicked out when they brought that therapist on there, and we found out that therapist wasn't really a therapist and she was just an actress. And that was when I said never again. Because for a while, like for a minute, as I was like watching, I was like, this is starting to feel fucked up to me. Like y'all go and find
when they start throwing the clothes in the pool and all that.
the mattress in the pool, all that. But y'all would go find some of the most fucked up girls y'all could find, lock them in a house, and put one computer in there. They don't have no TVs, they don't have nothing else to do, right? And drink and fight. That's all you leave them to do. Child Genevicia, that she was a fucking mess. But yeah, like it's I also like
Who was that?
Stassi. No, not Stassi.
What's this? No.
It was the other one.
I loved it.
Oh, I don't understand. Yes. What was her name? That was Stassi, right?
No, that wasn't.
I don't think that was Stassi.
That was the other girl. The other girl with the Erica.
Because I still be saying, I don't understand,
bitch. I don't. Oh yeah, it's more free. They had some very iconic moments, and I think that was another reason why it annoyed me, because you could tell it was one of them shows where these girls are making these people hella money, and them girls ain't really getting nothing off of it. That was another thing.
Yeah, I'm talking about their property getting damaged. Remember the one girl that took all the girl makeup and clothes and everything? I think she threw it in the tub and put like mustard and ketchup and just fucked her stuff up.
All of that,
and nobody stepped in.
No, nobody did.
Because you remember they dropped the rules, they couldn't fight no more. So then they just went to damaging property after that. It was a mess. Oh, it was a mess. And they definitely weren't getting paid. And it was at a time where social media you weren't getting brand deals. They literally got nothing from it.
Just exploiting.
They should have had a documentary on Netflix before America's Next Top Model.
Oh
yes, they should have. Somebody needs to be working on that.
We might need to find somebody and go interview them. What y'all think?
That would be fun. I'm not gonna lie. See if we can
the stories that we would learn that nobody ever saw.
Somebody said Lucci V is on YouTube. That's the Erica girl. I don't understand.
I shouldn't even say that out loud. Okay. Somebody gonna try to beat us to the interview.
I am Nicole. Thank you for the super chat. Hey ladies, just dropping some love in the chat. Oh, and OG Bad Girl look like angels in comparison to baddies. I mean, kinda. Thank you for the super chat. And that's another thing. Like baddies now, like there is no story. They aren't doing any community shit for real like they used to back in the day. They just straight up coming into a house and fucking fighting for nothing. And I just find it, minstrel showy and makes me uncomfortable.
Mm.
But and that's just sad that Ray J has been that type of influence on that child. And, that's sad. That's real sad. But let's go ahead and move on. So I did want to get into Serayah and Joeybadass.
Mhm.
Girl, let me find this damn clip.
What are the odds? Both first topics was about
Meanwhile.
Serayah's.
Say that again.
Ain't that Brandy daughter name Serayah as well?
Oh yeah, but I
Two
think
Yeah,
Serayahs back to
Serayah.
back.
Yeah.
I didn't
Mhm.
realize it because it's spelled differently. Okay, let me pull this up. Where did Rhoa. Did y'all like the video when y'all came in here? Or y'all was rude and didn't speak. All right. So, girl, Serayah came out and told us that she had enough.
To come online, but this person needs to be shown for exactly who he is. And I am so fucking upset, and I don't know if one day I'll regret this, but right now I don't regret it because this person has been a literal piece of shit to me in private. And not even in private, because a lot of people publicly know, family knows, and everything, but this person proposes to me, wants to build a life with me, has me move my life out here, cheats on me. I find out. Continuously is telling me that he doesn't want that life. He wants me, da da da. Then proceeds to be out with people. And yes, I have my receipts. I have my fucking receipts. But you guys will know who the fuck this is. And I don't want this to be a confusion any longer. There's no podcast he can get on, sweet talking the world. It's over with. Ever been the type?
Child. Let me see if I can find that other clip. Because she posted a clip of him.
Meanwhile.
A clip of him talking to another woman. And the woman was basically saying, like, yeah, she's just insecure right now. She's insecure. You have to understand, relationships aren't like finite. Like, I don't know what the fuck, the girl was really trying to get across, except for the fact that maybe you shouldn't have been even trying to be in a relationship with that man like that. Girl, where's the damn? I'm so tired of my post going missing.
People was
anyway.
wondering where she got the audio from.
That's a good question.
And I honestly, I don't care how she got it. I don't care if she bugged his car. He said it.
I've never
over. I'm sorry.
And I feel like it's kind of double playing.
Is it double playing?
Yeah, the audio. Try to mute your mic once you press play.
Like, what the fuck is the point of that?
She's just flashing out.
Like,
flashing out.
This is your son's grandmother. This is your son's grandmother. Like, what are you talking about?
But I'm saying, like, the empathy to have is that she's embarrassed. Like, you have to realize that she's like, I was engaged, I had a child, people are asking me when I'm getting married, now I'm not going to be with him anymore. And it's just like, it's embarrassing. And she's taking it out on you instead of dealing with the fact that, like, it's so crazy because I hate to say this to people because it's so like, bitch, existential, but it's like everything is finite in the end. Whether you guys separate because of death. No, but it's like people need to hear that, but it's like if everyone would just be like, God is your source, whatever God you pray to, and everything is finite. So just party while you're here, like whatever party means for you. You know what I mean? But like you can be mad about
over with.
You muted.
It's the way he on the phone talking about her to the girl that I think really pissed her off. It's one thing for you to be dogging me out. It's a whole nother thing for you to be sitting on the phone caking with a bitch talking about me and her giving advice on me and all of that. Like you not a lying piece of shit.
I feel like a lot of people have been on her head more than they've been on his.
Yes.
But I would like to be on the head of the young lady that's on the phone.
Ooh.
Because I'm a little confused. It sounds like you're telling somebody to be A-okay with being disrespected. It also sounds like she was already, it seems like they may have been broken up and in this weird phase of we're getting back together, breaking up, trying to figure it out before she came to social media. And I just want to know, what's the mindset? Like, who are you? What role do you play in any and all of this? And why are you on the phone supporting him in the FS? Because would you want that same treatment if the roles were reversed? Like, y'all like to sit on the phone with these niggas and act like y'all be so different. And then when you find yourself in a similar situation, and then you be wanting people to have consideration for what the fuck you got going on and what you went through, but you didn't have it for nobody else. I have no issue with her airing him out. I'm glad that she did. I saw a lot of people were upset about that. But what? He did what he did. If he was okay with disrespecting her in private, then be okay with be okay with her disrespecting him in public. In addition to that, was y'all this loud when he had her outside scolding her in front of random ass people on a block? And then when he realized the cameras were there that he actually knew was there the whole damn time, he started to console her on the damn stairs. He's been a clown. However, it's been a lot of conversation of, you should have knew what he was on. You should have knew he was into polyamory. You should have knew to never not fuck with that nigga, whatever the case is. But I feel like people act like niggas won't convince you otherwise, right? They act like niggas are not great at acting. Let's not act like, even though he did sit down, because people can decide, make a decision to change, right? Not literally, but they can be like, oh, well, I'm not gonna be into that anymore, right? And I think that's what he probably told her. But let's say he did the polyamory, right? Let's not act like this nigga did not pop out with only her trying to portray to be a one woman's man. And that's what she went off of. So for people to try and drag her like, oh, you should have known this, you should have known that. Yeah. However, she went off of the actions of what he showed her in that moment. And she gave him space. Like, okay, I'm going to see what this is. I'm liking the vibes. The one man that I did want to be with, who actually not even into that type of lifestyle, didn't even want to lock it in or be married to her or anything. So she wanted to move on. She wanted to see what Joey was talking about. And that's what the hell she did. I just don't understand how every time shit like this happens, people always figure out a way to come down on the woman instead of coming down on the man for his whole shit. And if you knew that you weren't about the lifestyle of being only for one woman, why the fuck would you waste her time?
Because he wanted her. I think that's a good point. One thing that men will do, and that's why I've been hearing people say a lot, one thing you should never do is tell the next man what you went through with the last, because that gives them the recipe that they need to frame themselves up in a way just to get you, to claim you, to capture you. And I think that's exactly what happened with Joeybadass. So I don't really feel like this is a situation where it's like, girl, you should have known. Because you really don't. And if she really wanted marriage and a family and everything sounded good, the cake is baked. So one thing I wanted to call out is that it sounded like something specific happened, because at the beginning of the conversation, the bird says, well, he said something to the bird about that's your son's grandmother.
Like
and
his
she
mama.
said, yeah, his mama. So it sounded like it was some beef with something about his mama having to do with the baby. And the last thing I'll say on this is I had a whole video and I said that marriage is a cult and men should be exposed. And I really feel that way about relationships in general. So I don't feel any type of way when women expose men publicly or privately. The only thing that I hate that comes out of it when women do expose men publicly is that they get shitted on. It's like, oh, well, you didn't have to smear his name. That's what they did with Meg Thee Stallion and Clay.
Mhm.
But the one thing that I do like that Serayah said in the video was that their friends and family already know what he's done. So she's already exposed him on one scale. So I think she was pretty much done. But I think people should keep doing this. Keep exposing them. And the scale is to your choosing. Expose them.
Yeah, I actually, I'm tired of y'all blaming the victim every time something happens. I ask that y'all give at least a good 48 hours before y'all stop pointing out how she needs to be held accountable for being cheated on by a lying ass new. Like, you obviously lied to the girl. You obviously made her think you got engaged to her. You obviously made her think that you were going to be able to be monogamous. And it is annoying that they kept using all of these like identifiers as the reason why she should have known. And to me, the thing that's most annoying is that it's always coming from a bunch of basic ass women that are probably with the same type of fuck nigga right now. Like, I never understand how. I'm like, I be looking around. A lot of y'all be going through these things. Why y'all acting like Serayah, the first bitch to ever stick
Well, and that's the thing about it, though. The women, like the girl on the phone, are women who have, and I think you said this last week, Bonnie, when we was talking about something else. those women are women who have already been disappointed by a man. So when the shit happens to another woman, you no longer feel empathy for her. It's kind of just like, oh, well, you should have known. But I'm niggas gonna be, they gonna do what they gonna do. So I'm gonna cake on the phone with yours. And those be the girls that be saying she should have known.
Yeah.
So
It is. It's
them
the
type
ones
of
that was
girls, they have no like self-worth.
Yeah. I love that her friend got that nigga cake though.
And they look like they took a little trip. I'm like, come on, good friends. What about
But did
your
you realize that the friend who got her the cake is also the friend who went viral because her fiance cheated on her with 25 women when she was pregnant?
Absolutely. Last year, absolutely 1000%.
And they were pregnant at the same time and everything. So it's like, damn, her man cheated on her. I think they was engaged too. I don't know. They weren't engaged.
That was just girlfriend, boyfriend, yeah.
Okay. 25 women is horrendous, especially for a pregnant woman.
And she interacted with those women. I still have some of the screenshots from when that went down last year. And this is something that he said to her. Let me.
Not Jamie having it on the phone for us right quick.
I gotta give me a second so I can pull it up. So this is what he said.
Older.
And she put it up on the post. So she says, this is a screenshot of him. He says, yo, I know I hurt you, but trying to air me out to Instagram is so immature. This is
that's
what
Joey?
No. This is her friend Sadia, the one whose baby daddy cheated on her with 25. This is what he texted her instead of when she found it out, instead of apologizing, he felt the way about her letting all of this out on social media. Yeah. And her part of her post says, and sometimes you just get cheated on while pregnant. Never in a million years would I think that I would be making a post like this, but this has been my new reality. I just recently found out that the father of my child has been cheating on me with multiple women unprotected, putting myself and my baby at risk. I have 1 month left in my pregnancy, 2 incidences in the last 5 days, 25 plus women. And then she went on to release all kind of receipts, audio messages, and everything. So somebody I saw on Threads came down trying to drag her friend for even supporting her in that way. And I'm like, but what you don't know is she went through a similar thing just a year ago. So that's the best person to me for her to go to learn how to get through this situation that she's going through. And obviously, like, you don't know how to be a supportive ass friend.
I'm about to say, who complains
say something like that?
That's the best way.
You rather protect, like, you the male identified women that the folks be talking about.
And that's why people prefer women to kind of just, I feel like so often they encourage women in groups to kind of just stay out of your friends' relationships because the stigma is, well, she might go back to him, but it's beneficial for the man to stay out of their business because she's more likely to go back to him. So I was excited to see that her friend said strong, fuck that nigga, and gave her the cake because you can stand up. Your friend gonna hold you up because you're gonna be like, damn, I don't know. Should I let him cheat on me one more time? I don't know. Some people be weak in the mind and they need their friends.
It sounds like it's something that's been going on for a minute. I don't know if y'all saw that Invest Atlanta video of them sitting on stage talking.
No.
She was looking at him like she wanted to slap the shit out of him as he was talking. They were talking about like building up your career or something as a couple or something like that.
Generational wealth. And you sent it to us, Jamie. And he was saying a bunch of shit that didn't make no sense.
I missed
it. It was another video. I think in the video he said something like, or it was something specific about love, or it might have been another video I'm thinking of, but he said something about as a black man whose duty is to love on a black woman. And like, he was just romanticizing every single word he said.
And you could tell it's some bullshit because you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Yeah. I mean, for me, 2 things. For one, I can look at him and see he won't be a fuck nigga. Like, and that's the thing that I did kind of understand what the girl on the phone was saying. Looking at Joeybadass, like, do you really think, you know what I mean? I know he lied to you, but I do feel like often women are looking at these men and they're not seeing them clearly, for one. For 2, what is it? Because I feel like he cheated on her while she was pregnant too. Because she just had a baby not too long ago. And then that made me think about like that whole situation with Blueface and all of them. Niggas really do wait for you to get pregnant to rev up on abusing you in some type of way. It's like they can't wait for you to be weakened. And when you get pregnant, they view you as being weakened. So now they can do a whole bunch of shit that they wouldn't have done beforehand or that they didn't do beforehand. And I don't be liking that shit because I think that's really weird when you think about it. Like, why do you wait for a woman to be pregnant for you to like completely be disloyal?
I think because the chase is done. At
Oh,
that point in which she's about to have your child,
gotcha.
like it's done. My DNA is yours. Like I don't have to. You mine's forever. I won.
My seminal
You my
fluid
baby
is on
mama.
your brain. my dick juice is on your brain, bitch.
Right.
Okay, and
That's it.
I don't like that. That's why that you got to be mean to these niggas, bro. That's crazy for y'all to be like that. Y'all are insane. But
Yeah.
child, we wish Serayah luck. And we wish whoever is getting the dick from Joeybadass right now, we hope y'all are okay. Because when men lose the girl that they actually wanted to be with, they be mean to their side chicks. Y'all be safe. So let's move on, y'all. Let's get into Married at First Sight. Now, I'm gonna just tell y'all, I skipped the last episode where they, finish up who gonna choose who. I skipped that shit and went straight to the reunion because I had already seen clips online that pissed me off with Belle Jolie and all of that. So I just wanted to cut straight to the mustard. But I did watch Jamie's review about the episode today. So I feel like I know what happened. So we just gonna go through the couples and just talk about some of the things that happened. So first of all, let's start with Adam and Marissa. Adam is a psycho. I'm sorry. Like Adam scares me. Adam has an aggression and then also I feel like he has the daddy wound. Niggas with daddy wounds can sometimes be abusive. Like
He has a daddy wound?
like somebody who daddy never accepted them. So, because don't he?
I
look
didn't
like
know if he spoke about his father on the show. That's why I was asking that.
The two parents they just never showed up. And you could tell his two parents was like, I'm not supporting you in this bullshit. And he looked like he probably come from a wealthy family. You know what I mean? But I put on threads that he would be gay if his family accepted him because the way he be moving, I'm like, what's going on with you in the pajamas? And you are really aggressive. Like you have a point to prove. That's what it gives. Even all of that working out and shit that he likes to do. But either way, he was one of the most disrespectful motherfuckers at that reunion, y'all. He brought his new girlfriend, and you could tell he had told his new girlfriend that the shit was fake. Because she was like, yeah, the production of it all. And the black dude host, he was like, wait a minute. No. That's not fair for you to say that this wasn't real. Like, yes, it's a production, but this was very much a real situation. So you could tell, because even Marissa said it. Marissa said, yeah, he had to make sure that she was here because somebody had to be in his corner because he knew he was going to get towed up. And then he came with like his arm in a sling. And I noticed that Nikki was looking at his arm because when he would get mad, that arm would be moving like wasn't nothing wrong with it.
He said surgeries and everything. And he does very much give somebody that would off his entire family. He gives somebody that would do that. The way that he was so, what do they say? They say the most telling sign that a man will physically hurt you is not him like putting his hands on you. It's, what do they call it? Coercive or like mental
control. Yeah, the
coercive control.
Yeah.
And that's what he was trying to do with Marissa when he was like, oh, we have to play this sport or we have to do this or you have to live here. He was testing her to see what she was willing to accept. And I honestly was concerned because it seemed like she was willing to accept a lot the entire time. Mm-hmm. And then she surprised me at the end. He took me out though when he handed her that damn Ninja Creamy. You didn't watch that one. So yeah, when they got a divorce, Marissa basically said she saw her mom married to somebody for way longer than what she should have been. So no, like I'm changing myself and I don't need to do that. He was like, okay, I agree. He was like, here's a Ninja Creamy. I've been making protein ice cream. It's a complete game changer for me. That man is psychotic. He scares me, to be honest, and you can see it all on his face.
Oh, before you go, Jamie, I want to mention that he was texting girls while they were together, and because somebody sent Marissa the text messages, and then he showed up at dinner with a fucking hickey on his neck. And then Felipe tried to defend Adam, and Marissa says, did he tell you that he DM'd Tori on Hinge?
Yeah, Adam was a mess. I think y'all pretty much summed him up. I don't really have much to say about Adam. I'm just glad that Marissa made a decision to step away and
Yeah.
not continue this process. I feel like the final day, the decision day, was the first time I ever saw her say anything with her chest. And I can appreciate that because I thought she was going to go into it potentially saying yes to him just to go along to get along. And I was so glad she was like, nah, I'm cool on this. But yeah, Adam's a mess. I didn't think he was, I think Courtney said, not Courtney, but Caitlin said he was very aggressive or something. I didn't think his approach sitting on the other side of the couch, sitting down, was aggressive to me. He just was reacting like you're not telling the full story. You could tell he was frustrated that he wanted to get all the story out, but I don't think all of the story would have made you look good either way it went. And hated for the young lady sitting in the audience. I don't know what he told her. I do think he downplayed the process to her, but it killed me when she says, oh, I know this man, you guys are portraying him to be this and that, but you've only known him for 3 months. So at
Right.
that point, you really have only known him as long as Marissa had been married to him. So you don't make sense. That was interesting. So I'm like, why y'all even gave her more of a talking time to say anything?
It was Sean.
But I'm glad she was checked.
It was Sean coming in at the end to point out the timeline. So in their marriage ended in May. You guys started talking in May. So that means like overlap. I was just like, well,
So essentially what you're saying.
like it was, child. I'm glad that Marissa found her voice. I was very happy with the reunion. I'm not even going front because I needed the girls to get their backbone together. Let's talk about Michelle and Cameron. So these people are not gonna stay together. And
You
I
don't
feel
think
like
so?
no, I don't. And the reason why is because Cameron is gonna be a coach, and she asked for that man to make 150K a year. I think, and then they just moved to at the end. They say they moved to the Bay Area, which is expensive as fuck.
She got a job though. She got a
She
job
did,
there.
she did. But how long are you gonna be okay with him? You know, not making as much money as you. Because to me, when men, like especially in the Bay Area, if they weren't living somewhere so fucking expensive, I wouldn't feel this way. But I
But
was
see,
just
he got a
like,
coaching job in the Bay. So that's similar to what she said about Seattle. When you move to Seattle, you're going to make more money. So if he moved into the Bay, I would expect his income to have increased.
Yeah. And he had to hold them down. The reason why I think they will stay together is because I partially agree with Sean's analysis of them. I think that Michelle was going to mold herself to whatever man she was placed with. One of the things I noticed about her in the earlier episodes of the season is they wouldn't have a lot of conversation. It would be her like laughing, always wanting to come across very light, keeping conversations light. And I felt like she just wanted to be liked. She's a people pleaser. So I could see her doing that with anybody. But also the thing that nailed it for me was that she wants to have kids so bad. And she announced that she went ahead and got a hysterectomy. So knowing that Cam is open to adoption, I think that she's comfortable in this relationship knowing that the 150,000 is the only thing that she didn't get. Because I honestly think she would have been satisfied with almost anybody they placed her with.
damn. That's sad as
I
fuck.
think so. I don't really remember a lot of deep like I just remember her laughing and in the beginning I just very much felt like, oh, you really want to be liked. And then also I might be projecting a little bit and a little bit stereotypical. I would love to see the rest of her family, but I wonder if she comes from a family that values marrying white men because her
Mm.
auntie on the episode was married to a white man and had left Vietnam. So I don't know if that's the case, but in some scenarios, if it is, she's just happy where she is.
Yeah. I think it'll take some time, but I do think eventually, like, this is gonna be an issue just because I really don't think they're as compatible as they're pretending to be. And I think a lot of their relationship was them pointing out the issues in everybody else's. Like it seemed like that was the main thing that they had a good time doing was pointing out how everybody else's relationship wasn't as good as theirs. And once those other people aren't around and the reunion is over, that means y'all are not living together and doing shit just for the reunion show to come up and us to have pictures. Cause he proposed, he got her a ring. It all looks good. And fingers crossed, you want the people to be happy. But it does kind of seem as if y'all wanted it to work more than it actually is working. But yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll hear about it. You know, they'll wait a year and then they might. Y'all know how I go. Literally 12 months to the date. Well, you guys, we decided to part ways.
Nick and Landry.
Okay. All right, y'all. Felipe and Tori. My God, on today. Didn't that well, y'all tell me what happened on the episode before the reunion? Because he did something and Tori was like crying and real upset about it.
He just told her he's constantly been thinking about cheating on her. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's all that he told her. And she said after he said that, it was fuck no. But it's really been fuck no for a long time. You just chose not to leave. That's really. Once he told you that he enjoys having sex with a lot of women, that should have been the end of that. When y'all got into it at the cabin, that should have been the end of that. But I'm confused on why she kept going back, knowing he's atheist and his values are nothing of the same as yours. So she was out his league, honestly.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I wish somebody put him in his place the entire time. Like, Felipe told y'all, he gave y'all the recipe for the sauce. He said he didn't start looking attractive until 3 years ago. I don't know what his definition of attractive is, but he's then glowed up, right? So clearly the only reason why you want to make Tori feel little or let other people know that you like to fuck a lot of women is because you know you could never bag Tori. That is the main person who was trying to humble Tori. You really don't have the option to fuck a ton of women, maybe more than what you had 3 years ago. But you got some self issues that you need to work out. And it had nothing to do with like, oh, I just like to be with a lot of women. No, you want to feel wanted because nobody wanted your ass before.
And he's bummy. That's another thing I ain't like. Like when she had that car situation and he just sitting in the passenger seat like a princess. I was like, that's a turn off. I'm sorry. I need for you to at least pretend like you gonna help or do something and be sitting there with your twiddling your fucking thumbs and shit. But it also gives, you know how like, you know, certain men, certain cultures of men are babied for dear God by their mothers. And so by the time they get with a woman, it's not a man, it's somebody's son. And that's what Felipe gave. You just somebody's son. And I feel like that was the theme for most of these relationships is that the men are obviously insecure and have to humble the women. It happens several times in several different couples. Y'all have anything else to say about them? We glad they broke up. The only thing she said she wished she had stood up for herself. And him, the thing that really killed it wasn't just that he kept saying he wanted to cheat on her. It was that he said he wanted to go into politics, and then he tried to make it seem like it was a joke.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Yeah,
He looks a mess. I'd be happy to never see him on my TV screen again.
Bruh. Square Biz, thank you for the super chat. Hi, ladies. Candy should have had the three of you on speak on it. You've all come this far, and we viewers would love to hear your perspectives from the cast point of view. It would be fun. Listen, Candy,
it would be fun.
We would love to.
We could say all the things that Candy don't want to say. She could just laugh.
Right. All right. Oh my God, y'all. Okay, so I feel differently now than how I felt at the beginning with these two.
Really?
Because at first I was annoyed with Devin because it seemed like just keep trying to get sex out of her. That's what it felt like at the beginning. Like, oh, she's not being affectionate. Y'all met yesterday. Like, calm down. So like for me, that's how I felt then. By the time we got to the reunion, I kind of felt like Devin was the least problematic out of most of the men, but his alcohol thing that they kind of glazed over annoyed me a little bit. He was drunk as fuck and acting like a weirdo, and they kind of glazed over that. But Caitlyn...
On two occasions, right?
On 2 occasions,
That's what I thought.
Caitlyn turned everybody off, though, because of that flirtation shit with Mecca. And I think that kind of reframed how people was looking at her. But I liked Caitlyn for most of the season until, the Mecca situation. And I still won't blame Mecca for that.
Yeah, I felt the same. I thought he was problematic because he just seemed like he wanted so much. Like he needed a lot of attention. And I didn't like that. But over time, I definitely saw where Caitlyn was the problem. And what really got me was she never liked for him to share his experience. She always felt like him sharing his experience was an attack on her.
Yeah.
And she very much so was performative. She portrayed one way in front of people, another way behind the scenes. And I just wasn't fucking with her, especially how she carried on at the cabins, laughing in Belle's face. Belle pissed me off being so cool with a person that you see don't really like you like that. Oh, I'm so happy you're talking to me about this Mecca. Da 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 da. But then you upstairs consoling Tori, but you over there laughing with Belle's man. Like it just didn't. Get her out of here. Get her out of here. So I'm glad they broke up.
Belle pointed that out too.
Yeah,
Belle
at the
clocked the
reunion
fuck
she
outta her.
did. But I loved how Devin packed his shit and got on like unbothered. Like, yep, I did what I need to do. I'm gone.
I didn't like Caitlyn the entire time from the beginning. I did feel like Devin was someone who needed, I think he just needed to know that she liked him. That was it. And I think that she did a lot of gaslighting to where it was like, well, if you just do this, then this is what happens. So I think he was kind of feeling like, well, shit, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. Like, you know, you get into this head spin. And I think she was sitting in, she to me reminded me a lot of what's the bodybuilder girl? Courtney. She reminded me of Courtney a lot. I think that Caitlyn and Courtney have both been in abusive relationships and they prefer men who act like they don't want them. So in these situations, they were completely closed off because Caitlyn was saying she was uncomfortable. Like, oh, I don't want to do too much. I don't want to be in space. That's because you're in an abusive, you're used to avoidance and you're used to being in an abusive relationship. So I didn't think Devin was wrong the whole time, but I do think that was a good call, Bondi, because I was like, are we not talking about how every time he get drunk, they start fighting? It was given he could low-key get abusive with the alcohol. So I'm like,
shots of them, like when he would come in the room and he all drunk and she's like, leave me alone, and he just keep.
But you know what was funny as hell though? Caitlyn was kikiing in Mecca's face. And when they were sitting, the two couples, and Devin was cussing her ass out and putting his finger in her face, she looked to the left like, Mecca, are you going to do something? Mecca didn't do shit. The only person who jumped in to help your ass was Belle. And that's the one who you decided to cross. So I'm like, okay.
That's how it be. That's how it be. But yeah, she got her new man was in the audience and he looked different
Not
than I
hers.
thought he would look.
No, that was Courtney's man.
Yeah. Caitlin's man wasn't there because he had to go somewhere, right?
To a wedding.
Yeah. She said she found her person. She's so in love. And a lot of us are like, girl, please, you're a lesbian. So we're just waiting to find out. Like, that's what the people are saying. I didn't say that, y'all. I didn't say that. I was watching some of the girls on TikTok and they said they felt like Caitlyn really didn't like Devin because she don't really like men. And they, and so when she talked about, oh, I haven't, everybody was like, girl, so we'll see. I don't know, I don't think it would be hard for her to get a man. But anyway, Courtney and Nick. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I kind of saw Courtney's point of view by the time we got to the reunion. Because even though she's like a tyrant, and I think the reason why she's abusive the way she is because of her parents. Like you give your dad talks to your mom like shit and talks to you like shit. And so that's what you're used to. Like you said, Niecy, she probably is used to men talking to her like shit and being very like, rah, rah, rah. And he's not like that. So she kept trying to pull that out of him. But I also feel like he was performing. And I think she might have been picking up on that, but not handling it right because of how fucked up she is. Because when I thought about all of the different reality shows you've been on, there was a real level of who is he? Like he's just, and then it made me think about how white men be. White men, I feel like if they're not abusive or volatile in some type of way, it's like, are you there, buddy? Like, are you in there? Like, I feel like they don't really be connecting to anything deeper if they're not aggressive sometimes. And it almost felt like she was trying to get the aggression out of him because him coming off as stoic was not giving anything. I'm bored. Like, give me something. And so I'm going to jeer at you in order to try to get you to, and then if you get like this, then I might be turned on, right? We all understand that, your nigga yell at you a little too loud. You like, oh my God.
You remember the first, on the honeymoon, she says, there's nothing to talk about. I wonder if I should just push him in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you clocked it. I do kind of feel like, I don't know, like in some way I do feel like Nick was performing, but I didn't feel that way until they started asking, like his reluctancy to actually say what his issue was with Courtney is what confirmed he was performing for me, because Courtney was not showing up in the relationship the way that I think she should have if she really wanted to be married and find a husband. But when the experts asked him to identify that, he didn't want to. Even when it was time for them to break up, he didn't really want to call it. So Courtney would perform as well. She would get in front of the experts and hold his hand or drop his hand. So I just think that they were two really incompatible people, and I don't want to see Nick on another reality TV show either.
Exactly.
I wasn't sure if he was joking about being on the next season or not.
No, it wasn't until everybody else started laughing and he was like, that I was like, oh, okay.
It felt like it was a pitch, low key. Like, I'm joking, but I'll be here. I went to therapy and now I'm dating again and I'm ready.
Yes, he did play it up like that. What did y'all think of that moment where Adam went in on Courtney? I did not like that shit at all.
I didn't mind it.
You didn't mind it?
Hell no. She was over there lusting over him. Oh, Adam's the best looking guy. Yada yada. We should get another pickleball match. And then after that, he's like, hell no, she's trash. I holler. I'm like, she's trash on the court. And it was just interesting to see the Courtney who has word vomit, the Courtney who I feel like didn't always mind what came out her mouth, similar to Mecca and Felipe. Now somebody is like not really coming at you in the same way. I feel like, I guess he was coming at you in the same way, but now that you're on the receiving end of it, basically, now you don't like it. I feel no damn ways. I feel no ways at all. And everybody else was like, oh, you're so wrong. Apologize.
The only reason I feel like they said that is because he was going on and on for a minute. Like they was trying to move off the topic and he just kept going.
Was it?
And yes, girl. He kept going. He was literally, the point that she started crying, I even feel like they edited that shit out and they edited some stuff out because the way Caitlyn was like, what's going on, bro? Like he went in on her.
I don't feel bad for her.
I'm not gonna say I felt bad for her because I'm not, white woman's here. It's like, I don't care. But I didn't like the way he did it because she didn't do shit to you. Like, I get it, but it felt like the men were doing this thing where it was like kind of like a gang up type of situation because she was vocal at times to defend the women when the men were being really fucked up. It's like they all could not wait to be like, Courtney ain't shit. Courtney ain't shit. And it was cool at first, but at some point he was moving them arms a little bit too much again for me. And that's when Cameron turned to him and was like, dude, chill. It's okay. Chill. Like, honestly, I wish they would have put them two motherfuckers together because even though I don't think he would have wanted her, I think they would have been good for each other because I would have wanted her to give him some of that same energy because I think he needed it. He's an asshole.
She wouldn't have had that energy with him, though. That's my point. She wouldn't have had that energy because she wants somebody crazy and disrespectful. She would have been so soft.
Yeah, she
and that's the real reason she cried. In my eyes, I don't feel like she cried because she was really hurt by what he said. She cried that the person she had a crush on wasn't seeing it for her ass.
I know. I still felt like that was kind of fucked up because, nigga, you ain't have to go in like that. Goddamn, you would think the girl did something to you. But
if Belle would have cried, I probably would have felt that way.
Yeah.
If they were on Belle and she started crying.
No, they knew not to be on Belle like that because the internet had let everybody know what needed to happen by the time we got to this reunion show. Everybody was clear on what needed to happen.
On the plan.
Which is why I feel like everybody kind of was like, getting on Courtney's ass. And it's not that like I said, I clocked that crazy ass lady from the very beginning, but I don't like Adam's demeanor. And I feel like I can see the shit bubbling underneath, like whatever that is.
It's scary. Marissa spared her life. Like, that man is scary.
That he is, girl. The cabin, I forgot about the whole little shack cabin that he had trying to have her in. And it's almost like they put women in these very fucked up situations, almost like a neglectful type of abuse. Like, I'm not really going to hurt you, but I'm going to put you in an uncomfortable situation and see how you react to it. And then if you act uncomfortable, I'm going to be like, see, you don't really like me. And that's why I said I felt like Adam was low key. Like, you don't want it to work out with any of these women. It's kind of how it feels because it almost feels like you sabotage the relationships by doing weird shit. Like, for instance, why are you here in your pajamas? Why are you here in your pajamas, Adam? Because you want so badly for us to pay attention to you and see you as, I'm not all sticking the ass, but you sticking the ass.
I felt like the performative attention seeking piece was the damn arm brace, because why is you
Yes.
doing this? Why is you doing she's
No,
over
for
there?
real.
I was like, what the fuck is like, why are you pointing and you got your arm? I said, this nigga lying.
Talking about arm surgery.
There's a shot of Nikki looking at him and he moving that fucking arm, and I could tell she like, ain't nothing wrong with that nigga.
I said, he's so damn fake. Another
He's
motive.
figured
Don't
out.
go so hard on me, guys. Because he knew
Right.
he fucked up this season. Don't go
Yes,
so
he
hard on me,
did.
guys. I'm hurt. Child.
Okay.
Battle of the
when I tell
Beyoncés.
y'all, the way Nikki cleared that nigga, oh my God, did I love it. She cleared him for the fact that we did not talk about what he did when he ran out that room with his dick out.
Thank you. Okay, I have to say, the way that she read him, but not even just read him, just clocked the fuck out of him.
Yes.
I
Man.
never have this reunion. I've never had so much satisfaction on any reality show reunion. I have never had so much satisfaction because everybody thought they was gonna get on this show, and when they did wrong, they was gonna be like, "Yeah, I see what you mean. I apologize." But no, I'm still on your ass. Nikki was still on their ass. Belle was still on their ass. When she said, don't address my mother. When she dropped that F word, that HR hat came off real quick.
Hold
I
up.
loved it.
I have to read y'all the notes because
Please. It's not even words I can put to it because it was so beautiful.
First of all, she explained she thought that he was an officiant because they was talking about how, he walked up the way he was dressed, but she was not sexually attracted to him. Felipe read him down. Felipe points out she was disgusted, and Sean was making all of these sexually, nasty ass comments and shit like that. They didn't get into the robe scene, but she talked about not introducing him to her mom because she did not feel safe with him. Okay. So her mom says she was disappointed in how he treated her. He says, you know what? You're owed an apology. I wanted to have, I wanted her to have her mother's support, and I really wanted her to reach out to you because that's very important to me. And I say in my notes, he wanted to manipulate her mom into liking him and fighting on his behalf. He's learned how to weaponize people feeling sorry for him. He would have wanted to connect with her. Nikki asked them to cut him off. He was deficient in communication is what he said. And then Nikki says that was a bunch of BS. Calls him out for attempting to passive aggressively apologize, saying he's sorry. She felt that way. Then admonished her mom about Nikki not including her. She did it to protect her. She wasn't proud of him, didn't feel safe, and he didn't have any good qualities. How dare you try to admonish my mother because I didn't give you access to her. And that's what he was going to do, y'all. He was going to play that I'm so helpful. I'm the best guy. I'm a nice guy. That's why I don't like niggas like Sean, because you will see them and be like, oh, I'm not attracted. He's not that cute. He's effeminate. He looked like a chicken nugget, as Jamie said earlier. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you would see that and be like, no, but then he'll have this puppy dog thing. And I think men have this, and I feel like we need to start clocking it, where they automatically have a feel sorry for me energy about them. And if you're a woman with any type of heart that doesn't want to be shallow, you're going to fall for that. And that's what happened. Like Nikki will try to give him a chance, and then you'll get to know him, and he'll actually put forth the effort to be liked just so he can lock you in and then play you and make you feel like you wasn't shit from the beginning. So I said that, you think people dislike you because you're unattractive, but really it's because you nasty, petty, shallow, and cruel. Because he was cruel. Ugh, yuck.
You muted, Niecy.
As I said, I think you're exactly right. The one thing I wanted to say was, just piggyback on what you said pretty much. He was dependent on her mama being a bird because he wanted the mom to encourage her to stay with him. Like, oh, well, at least he's committed to you. Or where he says, sound good. This is a good one. He's better than the other ones that's out there. And he was really, that the strength was coming from that. The second thing I was going to say was it started to work. That's why Nikki stayed with him a full 8 weeks, because in her note, she said, I admire your commitment to this process. And he was feeling good then. And his response was, yeah, they interviewed all these people. Of course, I was going to go all the way. This is Super Bowl. And the point that I want to take away from this for everybody is niggas who don't mean you no good will stay committed as long as you are committed to their fuckery. So a man staying committed to you is never a plus. Majority of men do, because men like to fuck shit up and go right to sleep where they fuck shit up at. They don't want to leave. They love the comfort. They love the stability. So that's what Sean was going to do as long as Nikki was there for it. So it's never a benefit that he's committed. They're going to be committed anyway. It's just what you're willing to deal with. And I'm glad that Nikki was able to identify like this is not a safe space.
Yeah, I feel like Nikki wore him out from decision day all the way through the reunion. She really tore him up about her mom. Sean, he's just manipulative. And he always shows up, just like Nikki says, like he's somebody's therapist, but he also shows up as if he can never be wrong about anything. And that is such a problem. But I like that everybody was pretty much on his ass. Everybody. He's just full of shit. I'm just glad that she made the best decision for herself. She held his feet to the fire all the way to the end. I like to see that her mom was proud. You could tell, like, that's my baby. She was over there down here. I was like, getting his ass. And I really did not like the comments about, I'm a family person. And I figured if we talk with your family, they would get you to stay in it. And it's like, hey, man, listen, dog, that's you. That's you. You pushing that off on her. That's you. That girl said the fact that I did not want you to meet my mama because I pretty much didn't trust you said a lie. I'm like, it really did. And maybe the mama didn't want to meet you either, but I don't know how Sean entered this process, but I'm glad that he exited by himself.
I forgot who it was. It might have been Mecca or somebody else that pointed out, like, you like 20 years older than me and you really was up there. Like,
that was Felipe.
That was Felipe. Yeah, when he was talking about making them sexual jokes and stuff, or saying you needed.
I thought Mecca said that, but yeah, they both were in agreement.
Yeah, everybody was like going in on Sean, but I also feel like the men work on my nerves because I felt like the men were not going in on each other because that's the right thing to do. They were doing it because Sean came at them, because Sean wanted to be the one to point something out about them. So they all had their shit locked and loaded, especially Mecca.
Facts.
Mecca is so childish and immature. When I tell you, the more we saw of him, the more we saw that daddy come out. Like,
yeah.
Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get into him, because he pissed me all the way to fuck off with the way he came up there trying to be defensive. And when people called it out, he was like, well, y'all not letting me speak. I'm like, why do y'all always do that? Every time niggas who don't have a real argument want to argue with somebody and try to win no matter how wrong they are, trying to run away from accountability. Well, apologize. Well, I would if you guys would give me a chance, but you guys keep talking over me. Like, oh my God. Like, he's saying something. When Tori was like, well, you have the floor now. Why don't you do it now?
He was skirting around. He was moving the goalpost for what they had to say to tee him up to actually give a real apology. Yeah, I love that Belle. I'm glad she read him too. It was at some point. Oh, the only thing that I didn't enjoy was that she told Caitlyn that she loved her on several occasions. Because it was like, yeah, the way you had the smoke from Mecca, you did clock the fuck out of Caitlyn, but you didn't have to seal it with I love you. Like, to be honest with you, you knew the girl for 8 weeks. You never have to fuck with her again.
I hate when people say that they love somebody through like these little love Love Island. Oh no, you're my best friend. No, I love you. I can't stand it. And I feel like I agree with the Belle saying that I love you to Caitlyn, because it was equivalent to Shamia getting her ass up going over there hugging people. So it's like, girl, shut up. Shut up. But she was wearing Mecca out and I loved it. It sucked because it's like, damn, this after the fact. This is what I wanted you to say on decision day and then walk away. But you already knew that. Like, what made you? This was, I guess, you continuing to fuck with him off hope, because you decided to go ahead, move forward with the marriage, and then 2-3 weeks later, you like, yeah, nah. But I think you knew that a long time ago, just like Tori knew a long time ago that this ain't it.
She wanted to stay because he was committed, and that's the thing that I feel like people don't realize. Like, some women want shit to work so bad that they think that if a man is committed, you might as well stay, and that's what Belle was doing with Mecca. That's why he made that
photo
agreement
next to Naomi Campbell.
Oh, that's why he made that agreement with her before decision day that they would say yes, because you wanted her to know that you were committed, because you knew that she was gonna put up with your bullshit. So
Girl,
she let you flirt with another bitch in front of her face. Why would you go anywhere else?
the way he played in her face the last 2 episodes, like talking about how much he cared about her when they were sitting on the couch, I cringe. I cringe, but I'm so glad she came to her senses at the end of the day. And I slick kind of was like, I wanted her to say, boy, fuck your apology, because of how long it took to get it up out of you. And even when everybody's calling you out left and right, you still on some FS. So now I feel like you just telling me whatever it is that I want to hear. And so you can get the heat off your ass. I don't know if you really mean it for real. But yeah.
It wasn't giving he meant it. It wasn't. It gave the only reason you apologized is because everybody was eating your ass up. It was even a part where I like Devin.
Eating
Devin
your ass
came
up
to me-
is especially funny when you talk about makeup.
Why was he getting his ass ate? Oh,
It just
what about the part where
Oh
he
my.
called Belle that other girl name? That was another.
Oh,
thing.
Bree, that's
Bree.
crazy. That means to me that you've been talking to her this entire time.
And what is
You've
with all
been
these
in communication.
ex-girlfriends? Like, I feel like Mecca's ex-girlfriend came out and did a video. Oh my God, like we were dating. And then Sean's ex-girlfriend, he's not lying about, going, girl, nobody thought he was lying about going to school. What are you talking about?
everybody looking for a
stinky when he was
moment.
in your bed, bitch? That's the question. Was he stinky? He looks like he was stinky.
I can agree with that, Niecy, because I feel like they do it with Love Island. They just get theirs off at the top of the season.
Yeah. It's always like when your baby daddy's the newest bombshell. Well, it's so funny when they just be looking for a moment, just some views.
Basically. I did appreciate though that everybody was calling because even Devin was like, yeah, I mean, Adam didn't try to get with my girl. Like it was something like that. Because he was asking why you didn't defend me the way and it's like because you was trying to get with Caitlyn. You think I ain't see that shit? I saw that shit. That was so messy. I do think that Mecca would have wanted to be with Caitlyn, and I do think he wants white women. I think that it's that, but it's not like.
Okay, because
Whatever you are, that I'm gonna want the opposite. That's what I feel like.
Did you see what like it's a pipeline?
Not really women. Yes,
it's a pipeline.
Right? Because it's small titties. I like big titties, aka I like racially ambiguous, and then on my way to I like men. So yeah,
it's a pipeline.
Yeah, you got to go through them. It's okay. It's different levels to the shit, and he's at the I like white, racially ambiguous people with big titties, and eventually he'll probably get into I like white men or white trans women. Whenever that happens, then he'll be pansexual, and we'll accept it. And hopefully he'll go no contact with his dad and get some fucking therapy and do some healing, because the truth of the matter is we can all see the reason why Mecca was so fucked up with Belle Jolie is because of his family dynamic. I mean, it's everybody on the show. You could tell whatever their issue is with their parents, whatever love they didn't get, that's how they showing up in these relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
So with that being said, Married at First Sight was really good, girl. That reunion show was much better than the one we're about to get into now. But make sure y'all like the video and subscribe to the Ooh Ladies First podcast YouTube channel. Okay, now let's get into the last topic, which is these hoes. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, it's over. Thank God. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Thank God.
We can.
It's over.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm tired. Okay, I'm so tired of these people. Let's go. What's the first thing I have in the notes for this fuck ass show? Drew in Black, the plot. As I've told y'all, okay. Drew was really fucking with Black, y'all, and so they really didn't tap on K Michelle and her as much. But things did come out, right? And what came out is Drew is trying to insinuate that the woman who is accusing Black of stealing money from her, B. Marie, right? It was B. Marie, it's a lady named Claudia, and it's Lala Milan. They all were friends with Black. Black said that PayPal had his money tied up. They gave this nigga money. This nigga never gave the money back. So from what I understand, Drew was doing all that shit last season, giving y'all Black's vape pens because she thought that they were going to be together. And I think she found out that he was still really fucking with his baby mama that lives in Houston. That's the word that I got behind the scenes, girl. But when it came to K Michelle, y'all, what did y'all think about what she said about this? Because she was like, I was paranoid, but I don't think she was actually saying that the plots didn't happen.
I feel like she was saying the plots didn't happen.
You did?
Yeah, I do. Um, it was, what was she saying? She said she was trying to get in front of things.
Yes.
So I don't know if it felt to me like she wasn't trying to name it so much of a plot anymore. She was trying to name it like they joked about something that's a part of my history that I didn't want to talk about and I tried to get in front of it. But whenever she was on the show and they were filming, she came across as though it was an entire like setup to get things across. And in some ways, I think it was. I just this is the thing that's confusing to me. K Michelle flip flop. I told you K Michelle's a fish out of water for me. And I just think she should have stood on it. If you felt like they was gonna bring it up, that's a plot. If you felt like you was gonna be blindsided, that's a plot. So yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about that. She should have
Yeah,
stood on it.
she kind of had me confused too. Cause then she tried to say that it was like it was not production, but I guess like somebody outside of production,
A
the
hairstyle.
team, like something like that. Like I was just damn confused, and I just agree with what Niecy is saying. Just stand on what you said throughout the entire reunion. Don't backpedal now.
Yeah.
It's just that
Because I
simple. If
feel
you
like
feel
in
like
her heart, she knows
Mhm.
it was.
She knows
But
that
in order to
that-
save face, you gonna say that I shouldn't have tried to get in front of it. No, you shouldn't. It's kind of like she dancing around it. Because one of the things I felt like we did, and I know I said for sure during the season, was that she didn't let it play out. Had she let it play out, then she would have had a reason to feel some type of way about Portia. But because she didn't, the only thing she should say, she could say is, I was paranoid.
yeah.
That
I
doesn't
think
mean
she
you
was
were
just trying to-
wrong.
No, right. I think she was just trying to clean it up because I don't think she could handle how much people were going in on her online. That's what I think. I think that got to her. I don't even think it was Portia as much as it was Andy's comments and the people. I think if the people weren't all on Portia's side in the comments and all of that, she wouldn't have changed her mind on anything. She would have kept saying, no, I feel like y'all was doing exactly what I think y'all was doing. Because to me, when we go back and look at that oyster situation, I think we all knew that that's exactly what the fuck it was. K Michelle knew that's what it was, especially because they said Drew made a comment about how K need to fry fish, something like that. And I'm like, that sounds like something your goofy ass would say so that you could be in on the joke. And I feel like I clocked that from that moment when they were all sitting at that table trying to blame Shamia for K Michelle crying. I was like, yeah, y'all have all talked about this, and Drew is I want to be a part of it. So I'm just going to jump in when I can and add my little 2 cents. And I still feel like that's what the Black situation was. It wasn't really a plot like I thought about it, but it was a performative fake ass moment. And she's good for those. So, the Ambien, y'all. The Ambien. They was really going to make K Michelle look crazy if she didn't back up. That's what it felt like.
She backed up.
Mm.
Because that's the moment they tried to make it seem like Shamia was lying. And Shamia was like, no, because you the one that made it seem like she was on Ambien. And they played that clip back. I said, bitch, I know you.
I'm honestly surprised they played it back.
Me too.
Mm.
Because you know how they like to be on Portia's side.
But K Michelle flip flop so much, like I don't feel away. She even tried to clean up the situation with Black by saying I'm a married woman. But the thing that nobody touched on that I always went back to was that K Michelle was the first to connect herself to Black because she thought that this was gonna be a season of them shitting on Drew. But now you got shit on your face. It turned into your season to have your clown mask on. So I never felt for her when it came to the Black situation. You being a married woman or not, you tied yourself to that man for the sake of wanting to brush up against Portia.
I
And
definitely
there's that.
agree that there's an aspect of that for sure. Because, when there was a moment where they were all sitting down and she was like, yeah, he was in my DMs and da-da-da-da-da. That was definitely a moment of that nigga don't really like you like that. But I think it's because everybody knew about what was going on behind the scenes, which is that nigga really did play her out. Because the word is she gave him money too. And that's going to aggravate me because you had money to give him, but you ain't have money for a better lawyer. Anyway, because I just feel like your priorities are fucked up. So then that gets into Kelly versus Drew because we wanted to know why Drew felt the need to go to Kelly's restaurant. Well, she talked about me and my music career. I don't really remember Kelly going in on Drew that much, maybe, you know, I don't know, girl. But for her to go to the restaurant like she did, that felt like I'm seeing what people are doing online. Everything was a response to what people was doing online. Y'all was in Kelly's ass online in defense of Portia. And so Drew was like, let me go do this. I'm sure everybody will think it's a tee-hee and it's funny, but it was actually lame as fuck to me.
She actually went back at Kelly because Kelly did an interview with the Neighborhood Talk and she shaded Drew, saying that Drew wasn't like a real singer of the group, and the real singer of the group was K. Michelle. So that's why when she got the chance to go down there, she got her ass back. Like, bitch, you worry about me, you need to worry about this. And then Kelly came back at the reunion like, you worry about me, but you need to worry about this. So,
Yeah. I
I mean, did
played
she
ball.
lie? Did she lie?
She did not. And that's another thing. To me, you said, that's why I said it was corny, because you set yourself up, stupid. Like talking about, I was getting my kids something to eat. You set yourself up for them people to be like, you ain't even have your fucking kids.
They said something in part one of the reunion where I feel like the way they talked about Drew in this situation with her kids, it was kind of like a soft launch of, okay, if we get into it tonight, don't talk about my kids. And low key, I don't really give a fuck about it because nobody's talking about the kids. They mean you where you at, Drew. And what I found with Drew is that she was in a lot of places her ass didn't have no business being. Everything was behind Portia or your, like, people are saying, oh, well, she has a reason to be mad at Shamia. Sure. But the long, exhausted attitude and shade and reads that you was trying to give Shamia and Kelly was not in the name of Drew. It was in the name of Portia. So I don't feel no ways. Like, fuck around and find out because you really could have sat out of this. So yes, bring up the fact that you going to my restaurant when you should have been down to the damn law office trying to figure out how you was gonna keep custody of them kids.
Child, that lady said the reason why she didn't want to let y'all know what was really going on because she was going through that divorce and all of that. But she thought that Black was a rich man that was gonna come and take care of her and her kids, girl. That's why he had presents for the kids in that scene. Oh, you have gifts for my kids? Apparently the kids had been around him and everything. And I'm just like, Drew, you are a bird. You are a bird, bitch. Because there's nothing, girl, I could look at. I told y'all, Black has a look about him that you could tell you can't trust this nigga. The hair, the chains, the teeth. He tried
the white
to
oversized teeth. That's it. The white oversized teeth, that tell you every time you can't trust them.
Scammer. And the fact that she really wanted to like be with him, it gives like a real, like, I don't give a fuck about having real discernment. And honestly, the reason why I got more mad when I thought about it, because I then thought about what happened with Ralph and her son. And because to me, it's the same thing. Mothers who really don't care that much about what be going on with their kids, like their kids are an extension of them, so they care. But ultimately, when a man is in the situation, that man is gonna matter more than anything. And I feel like that was kind of what she was about to try to do with the Ralph situation. Like, oh, I'm gonna get with this man and then I'll have money so I'll be able to get my kids. But even if I don't, fine, Ralph got it. Like, I don't know. Like, it made me look at her differently. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt a lot with the situation because of Ralph and how he treated her. But once we got here and I saw how eager she was to be nasty to everybody.
Eager.
It was
she
just
said
like,
something about somebody's success on the show. And I was low-key thinking like, bitch, who you feeling like? Because they've been acting like it's only your third day out here until just this season. Like, who did she say that to? She said something like, to K. Michelle. She said, I had no issue with you. I wanted you to be successful. And it very much gave the same read that Portia gave K. Michelle earlier on. And you just look like a loser. You look like a loser. Yeah, the thing is, I like Drew, but you look like a loser reposting in real life the shit that Portia's doing. Like, she literally recycled what Portia said. I was worried about, I like you. We're both in the industry. I want you to be successful on the show. Who are you to worry about somebody's success on the show when people have been trying to get you off for seasons? And I've been going up for Drew because she's been the only one with a storyline.
Girl, we fought for Drew so bad last season. That's why I was like, girl, how could you act like it was all Shamia and not Portia when we were in there with you last season talking about go watch. When she told me to go watch the season back, I was like, bitch, Don't you ever like don't play on my intelligence like that, bitch. Like not only was I watching the show last season, I was defending you the entire
Yep.
time. Don't
Yep.
tell me to go and rewatch the show because you want me to feel like it was all Shamia last season and not Portia when you and Portia had to have that fucking hug moment. And that's another thing. That's another. Ain't that different from Shamia? Not even for a fucking second. Y'all going in on Shamia like that, and Drew is just as much of a weird ass lap dog as y'all accuse Shamia of being.
This the last thing I'm gonna say about Drew. If people think that she not trying to kiss Portia ass, tell me why. You spent seasons trying to remain in the closet and not let them people know that you like women. But the moment that you thought that situation would get you closer to Portia, you were willing to put some of your business on the line by saying, I relate to you so much. So why is it that even when you was married, you didn't want them people to know that you was fucking around with women? But now that you have the benefit of being friends with Portia, now it's worth it to tell them people you like women? Yeah.
And then
Give
gonna
a
have
real
a
loser
conversation
activity.
talking about she only did threesomes because Ralph wanted her to. Drew, shut the fuck
Right.
up. Baby,
You
you
did
giving bogus
twosomes,
as
bitch.
fuck.
You
That's
like
just what it
women.
is.
You
It's
did
giving bogus as fuck at this point. Like, and if it's one thing that I hate more than a liar, is a bitch that had me going up for her fucking ass. Is she on some fuck shit? Like,
I was
you
rooting
did
for
it,
you.
I
What
was,
the
girl,
fuck?
I went up for you last season. I was on Portia's
Girl,
fucking neck last season, on
I learned
Shamia's neck
something.
last season on behalf of Drew. So to have Drew say to me personally, girl, you need to rewatch the season. It was all Shamia. See, you're delusional.
And I do feel like Shamia deserves some tags from Drew. Yes.
Yeah.
But Drew, you've been bogus, love.
And another
It's
thing,
just what it is.
I hate the fact that Shamia is like, I really want Shamia to stand up and I want her to stop hugging people. I want you to stand up and I want you to stop hugging people, bitch. Because the truth of the matter is you are not learning the lesson. And that is why people will continue to dislike you. And I don't understand you watching, because she just followed me like last week. You watching me, bitch. Listen to the words that I'm telling you. Okay. You have got to nut the fuck up. Stop being nice. Stop always wanting to make it right with everybody. Let them be upset. Let them be uncomfortable. Fuck them. That shit with Cynthia pissed me all the way off the way Cynthia was talking to that lady.
Girl.
And then gonna say, well, we never had an issue. So Cynthia was giving, I could disrespect you and go in on you, but I know it's still beneficial to be cool with me. So let's just hug it out. I tried to make sense of it in my head by saying that it was a power play to make sure that she still has some sort of momentum on the show. That's the only way I could write it off. But I knew deep down in my heart that if she could have hugged Portia, she would have. And I never felt no type of way about Portia, not getting emotional about Shamia. I never felt no type of way about Portia not getting emotional about Shamia not being able to carry the child via surrogate. Only because that's how Shamia should show up when it comes to Portia. And I think that moment was important for her to see. Everybody don't owe you empathy. She don't fuck with you. And that's exactly what you should be paying her. So every time Andy asks you a question about Portia, tell him you not talking about the shit. Every time. You almost come to tears. You writing love letters to Portia on the stage. That's why I'm low-key irritated that they even got into the discussion about their mamas. Because I see it both ways a little bit. Like, yes, Shamia did them people dirty last season, right? But I also feel like, yes, Shamia talked about Portia's mama first this season, but I felt like that was the adult equivalent of a hissy fit because Portia didn't want to be her friend. However, the shit that led up before that and after was very calculated by Portia. It was a lot of alliances, a lot of people doing shit on her behalf, a lot of gaslighting that drove Shamia to that point. And I feel like that's the reason why I'm able to acknowledge that Portia is doing dirty without doing anything at all.
This right here, when Portia said that, I could see her looking at me like, with the endearing puppy dog eyes. I'm not evil. I'm like, no, bitch, you are evil. And I don't mean for real evil, but I don't feel like, I wasn't mad because I don't expect Portia to have emotion. I don't expect Portia to actually care because I've been watching Portia for years. Portia doesn't really have real emotion. She might get angry, she might get frustrated, but when it comes to other people, she's never crying about somebody else. She's never really accountable. She never really apologizes for anything. She gets to just kind of like skirt responsibility for things all the time. So I feel like I wasn't expecting you to be soft, but it just goes to show, Shamia, that girl don't give a fuck about you because everybody else could at least muster up the fake nicety. And I do feel like there is a level of no, bitch, I don't even owe you the pretend like everybody else is doing right now. Cause Cynthia had just finished going the fuck in and acting like an asshole and was like, you know what though, Shamia, I do appreciate you for sharing your story with us because it's just very valuable to everyone. Like,
Did you see
yeah,
the glee in Drew's face when
yes.
Shamia had to explain why the rum line didn't work? Meanwhile, we ain't seen nothing from Drop It with Drew. We seen you drop it to the table, but we ain't seen nothing from Drop It with Drew. And you smiling at Shamia business not working. Girl, you don't.
Jamie.
Y'all pretty much said my sentiments. I want Shamia to grow up come next season. And I want her to give to them the exact thing that they give to her. It's just that. And let's stop with the apologies too. I'm so sick of apologies. That's the biggest thing for me. I won't apologize for shit.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
I want Shamia to take it to hell. I think that's why as I've gotten older, I've really enjoyed like a Kenya Moore or even like Candace. Take it to hell. I don't even need you to just treat them the way that they treat you. Take it to hell. The shit that they
She
do
took
in
it to
quiet.
hell on Angela.
Yeah. The shit that they do behind closed doors, I want her to bring it to the front.
Y'all
If she
remind me what
gave
happened.
everybody that energy she gave Angela at the restaurant, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, that was good because she really, to me, that revealed, that was another moment of, yeah, y'all really setting this up. Because if Angela really had an issue, she would have said what the issue was. And then they would have just continued to argue. It would have been a better scene if you had a real reason to be going at her. But because she kept deflecting, it gave, I don't really have a reason. I just know I'm supposed to be fighting with you.
And y'all saw how they tried to intentionally misunderstand Shamia's cease and desist. Even Andy.
Yes.
Shamia simply said, if you do, she's offering you the opportunity to bring forward the receipts that she's fucking all these people. And if you don't have the receipts, then you be quiet. But y'all are intentionally taking it as though, oh, she's shushing her up. It might be true. That type of stuff, I couldn't do reality TV, y'all. I couldn't. I would probably be looking crazy.
Andy was really working on my fucking nerves because it was so many times where it was just like an obvious bias. Like, even though I know this woman, Phaedra would do exactly what the fuck Pinky accused her of doing. She's done it. And then y'all even she admitted that she did it. And then Andy started talking about, I know this woman. If she wanted to talk to someone, she would have came to me or the people in New York. And it's like, but she just said that she did go to them people because of what Pinky said. So why are you playing in Pinky's face, gaslighting her right now? What's going on here, Andy?
Yeah, and I don't know what the fuck Phaedra issue is with Pinky because it was something that was said. I think they were talking about Kelly. Didn't have shit to do with Pinky. And Phaedra brought it back around and was like, well, I helped you with the restaurant business. I talked to you on the phone about business. Pinky never helped you. What the fuck? What do you have against Pinky?
And how would you know?
She ain't want her on the show. That's the only thing I could think of.
It was weird, which is why I never took the GUN comment at face value.
Me either.
I have to question what Phaedra's intent was. So they don't want to think deep, though. They don't want to think deep about it.
Yeah, no, I really want to know what's going on, what's happening there, because when Phaedra decides to dislike somebody, I feel like, it go deep. Like, she do a lot of grimy shit behind closed doors. And that's one of the main reasons why I didn't like the fact that people were actually taking on this argument that, oh, Pinky is greedy and, Pinky scamming people and all of this. Like that's not what the fuck happened. And she doesn't have to talk about, I didn't see you apologize. I don't have to apologize to the public. I don't
Businesses
have to
don't apologize for filing back. They file, they put out an announcement, and they don't apologize.
The fuck? So it was just
Thank you.
weird. Even that conversation with Candy and Pinky, I was like, Candy, why are you acting like you don't know what the fuck is going on? Tomorrow, so they lost all their money, girl. You know that when people file for bankruptcy, that they can file, get it written off and all of that. You know that. Why are you acting like you don't know what's going on? That was weird to me. I didn't know what that was about. It feels like some of these investors might be people that some of these motherfuckers know, and they feel in a way. But it's like the restaurant business has issues all the time. I don't
That's the risk you
understand.
take when you decide to be an investor.
Hello. Yeah, it's mad weird. I want to know what's going on behind the scenes. Uh, what? Hold up. How would y'all have felt if Shamia asked Andy, you gonna ask Portia if she has one word for me like you asked me? I wish she would have. I wish she would have asked him because
Yeah.
it was really annoying to see him not ask Portia a question. It wasn't even about Portia's response. Like, I knew she was gonna act like that. I don't care that she ain't got no emotions. I don't care about that. But it is aggravating that Andy didn't even ask her in order to get her to have to give a response, since you keep asking Shamia. And you could tell, you could read the room when it comes to Portia, but not when it comes to Shamia. It's just, I don't like it. And I wonder what it's about, because Bravo is weird and funny style when it comes to the dark complected women on their shows. I'm just saying, like, from Kenya to Candace, there is a level of what is the issue exactly that y'all are having to this extent? But anyway, y'all, Kenya, people was asking, so I pulled it up, and we was just talking about Kenya. I think we all feel like Kenya just pulled it a little too tight and came to us a little too soon, and that maybe in a month this will have settled and this will be great.
I agree. It changed the shape of her eyes. I think it just needs to fall a little bit. But I also don't think I think she got a facelift a little early, to be real.
I
That
think
face still has some years on it. She didn't have to get a lift right now. But I mean, to each his own. She don't look bad. It's just odd to me when people get things done and they end like, it's just jolting. Now I have to recategorize the image of you in my brain. Like, I don't know. I'm being uncomfortable. She look good though.
I think she did it because she about to be around all them white women.
I don't know if she did it too soon. I don't know. But I will take this image of her much sooner than it was supposed to be. But I'll take this over those AI images she's been posting.
Thank
And I
God.
saw an influencer or creator or whatever say something like, oh, a lot of us are shocked by Kenya's face, and we just feel like she should have put a statement out to let people know X, Y, and Z, like Lisa Rinna. I'm like, why the fuck she got to tell you anything? Y'all see what's going on. Why would she need to give y'all hey guys, I'm going to be looking different. I got a facelift. Like, who does that?
Yeah,
I
statement
don't.
is crazy.
I'm not saying, I'm not talking to y'all about it for. Like, you see.
That's weird. This is my money. What you talking about?
I gotta tell y'all nothing. But it's just
That's crazy.
the only thing I was saying is that, like, I think it would have been better if she would have let it settle a little bit before she came to us. That's why I feel like you should have got this done like maybe 2-3 months ago. And that way, by the time you came out for the Miss USA promo, because that's why we were seeing her a lot, is because they were doing promo for the Miss USA pageant that she is judging, which I love and I'm absolutely gonna watch. Because I can't wait to see what this looks like on camera. And not in pictures, because I feel like you still putting shit on these pictures. I want to see it in video. Oh, and when I saw it in video, child, that was also a bit.
Excuse me. I didn't see a change because I remember she went live when she was on that boat with that camera.
Yeah.
She went live and I didn't even notice that she had her face done. I was just like, oh, Kenya live, la 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 la. And then I see she make these posts. I was like, oh, that was the same time?
Kimora.
Let me see if I can find, because I don't think I see the video. I don't know where the video went. Somebody else had posted it. But see, I do feel low key like, I don't know. I'm looking at her. Hold up, let me pull it up. It looks like this was the doctor that she went to, but I don't know. This from 11 weeks ago, so I don't know if they did the facelift. I was trying to get to how she looked right there, because she looked like herself right there, and I honestly feel like she ain't need to do nothing. Like you said, Niecy. Like if that's how she looked 11 weeks ago, yeah, she ain't need to do that. She look good. I don't know.
To each his own.
We love you though,
Mhm.
Kenya. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, just it's just it's real pullback.
And jolting.
No, for real. You know how like when a fan hits you in the it's real tough. But hey, that's the show, y'all. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Okay. Subscribe. Subscribe. Subscribe now. Hype the video, okay? We love you. Thanks for coming. Peace out.